Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. I would like to start this session by appreciating you so much for making this channel grow. If you wish to support us, just subscribe to our channel and give this video a like.
Public interest requires that this court must discharge its constitutional mandate of protecting the supremacy of the Constitution by ensuring that all laws conform to the Constitution. I decline to grant the stay order sought. I further direct that a certified copy of this ruling and proceedings be supplied to the parties herein. Parties shall be notified of the next mentioned date by the bench that shall be constituted by the
Dear ladies and so by now, I know that almost 60% of Kenyans know that court extended a freeze order on the Finance Bill 2023. So High Court extended orders barring the Cabinet Secretary of Treasury, Njuguna Ndung'u, from implementing the Finance Act 2023 after dismissing an application by the government to lift the freeze. You understand that last week, High Court had suspended that finance bill. But unfortunately, IPRA refused to honor that suspension and decided to implement 16% tax on the fuel. And that made sure that the price of fuel skyrocketed. So Justice Mugure Thande ruled today, that the CS did not convince the court as to why the order should be suspended, and from the submissions of all parties that argued before her, the balance tilted in favor of the petitioners. So the Cabinet Secretary, through Attorney General Justin Muturi, had argued that the conservatory order threatens to bring the operation of the government to a halt as many other budgetary steps stand suspended. But this is what the judge said. That is Justice Thande. She said, upon evaluation of the submissions, I have no difficulty finding that the petitioners have established a case with the probability of success. That is what the judge said. So as a result, Justice Thande decided to forward this case to Martha Koome to constitute a three-judge bench who will look into this issue extensively. So it is alleged again that Muturi requested for a 14-day suspension of the act so that they could make certain plans, but the judge refused. So Otiende Amollo, in response to this, said that it is 12 days since the act was suspended and the government has not shut down. There are mechanisms for continuity of the Finance Act 2022. Income tax is being paid. People are paying import duty except the new taxes and levies. That is what Otiende Amollo said. And this is in response to what Mahat, you remember Mahat, who is the IEBC lawyer during that time of the election petition. So Mahat, the same Mahat was representing his client here. And the client is in favor of what the CS is advocating for. A suspension, a lift of this suspension. So Mahat said that the government will be affected adversely if at all this bill continues to be suspended or continues to be frozen. So, but that's what Otiende Amollo responded to by telling the concerned people that the government will still collect taxes, people pay import duty, people buy commodities, they pay VAT. So the government will not, the operation of the government will not be shut down if this freeze is extended. So that's what Justice Thande decided to extend this freeze, because she deemed it not possible that the government will be shut down if at all this bill is not suspended. Because the petitioners want the Finance Act declared unconstitutional, arguing that there is no concurrence of both National Assembly, and the Senate on matters relating to counties. I think what the petitioner is saying here is that the Senate was not involved in this in the debate of the Finance Act. So because the Senate was not involved in the debate, maybe that is right to say that this act is unconstitutional. So further, the petitioner argued that the tabling of the finance bill, now an act after William Ruto ascended to it, was done without following due procedure. So on the housing levy, just for example, the petitioner says that the employer and the employee are compelled to pay 1.5% each. The petitioner argues that the Constitution limits the constitutional government's function on matters housing to development of a housing policy and nothing more. So this is seeking to stop this bill of the housing levy because it forces the employer and the employee to pay 1.5% tax. I underscore the fact that this is a tax. It is not a savings scheme like it was projected or it was conveyed by P.S. Hinga. So this is a tax. But of course, everybody knows that this is a tax after it was brought to the parliament for that changeover to be done. So it is a tax. So this is what the petitioner is saying, that the employer and the employee are both being forcefully compelled to, to pay this taxation or to pay this tax. So, dear ladies and gentlemen, in a nutshell, what this also means is that now the ball is in Martha Koome's court. It is up to her to play this ball carefully. So the question is, will Martha Koome play this ball in favor of the Kenya Kwanza, or will she play this ball in favor of Kenyans? Because Azimio represent Kenyans. So this is now the tricky thing about the whole matter. Is Martha Koome going to favor William Ruto, or is going to go with the side of Raila Amolo Odinga? Mind you, Martha Koome has suffered a lot of criticism since that day when she made that ruling of the election petition. So the ball is in her court as to whether she will do things on the side of the Azimio or on the side of the Kenya Kwanza. So this is what we say, the dice has been cast. Now it is up to Martha Koome. We want to see what is going to happen going forward. But Justice Thande has instructed Martha Koome to constitute a 3-judge bench that will look into this issue extensively and provide a comprehensive verdict as to whether this issue should be allowed to go on as per the government's request, or should be allowed should be frozen forever as per the wishes of Kenyans. Because the wishes of Kenyans is that the prices of commodities zisipande. That is the wish of Kenyans. But the wish of the government is that the matter before the court itupiliwe mbali na koti iachilie Finance Act iendelee. So I think now this narrative that William Ruto said back then when he was meeting the borders and the health sectors, when he said that yeye akitaka kitu ifanyike lazima ifanyike. And of course that explains what Osoro said. When Osoro said that he had to bribe certain members of parliament to be able to pass that finance bill, that already explained that Osoro used uncouth means to have that finance bill pass, and the courts have this in their records. And because the courts have this in their record, they will be determined to return this issue to the Kenyans for Kenyans to decide. Mind you, the law says that Mkenya ndiye ana sauti zaidi hata ya government, but hii serikali iliyo kwa mamlakani imepindua hiyo narrative ikafanya kwamba hao ndio wako na sauti than ule Mkenya mwenyewe. So this is what the court is supposed to address. The court is supposed to deal with this issue. So as to whether Martha Koome will do these things or will make decisions in favor of Azimio and Kenyans is one thing that we are yet to see. But till that time, I'd like to urge you to please give me your comment below the comment section. Tell us what to think about this this decision by Justice Thande to have Martha Koome constitute a 3-judge bench. So until we catch up again in the next analysis, please stay safe and stay blessed.